Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Work Tough Gear Lanzeta rendition. Now, we've got two different steels, two blade finishes, two different types of G10. I'm going to be reviewing the Bowler K329 version today. I am going to show you both, though. We're going to do a real-time review. I'm not going to narrate it, so that way I can talk in the moment about the knife. Now, this is a tracker style. It's a bit unique because it's a tracker style and it's kind of got the harpoon look there. One has a choil. I know Peterbilt knife guy loves those choils. One does not. Now, here's the thing. You've got kind of that acid rain finish, that apocalyptic finish, and the, it's not waffle G10. Let's see if you can see it there. It's definitely more textured. This is the smoother G10. I guess satin finish is what you would call that. Both of them have mirrored edges, beautifully done. Both are sharp as shit, and I should be able to put it somewhere in here. I'm making this motion so when I do my little edit I can put it. I did a short last night comparing them. Now, when we talk about comparing the sharpness, you know, I don't get into much of that, but the SK85 version was sharper. That could be simply a matter of who sharpened one. Somebody might have sharpened one, somebody might have sharpened the other. Both sharp as shit. Let me do this real quick. I don't really show y'all this. This will be a longer video. It'll be a full review. You see that kind of feathered pattern there? Let me show y'all real quick too. People ask me about Work Tough Gear. This is the way I legit carry my Work Tough Gear. Dang, pants are falling off. That's the way I carry my Work Tough Gear. I always have. This is a traditional, Vic said this is the way traditionally he carries his, and a lot of folks in Taiwan carry theirs. I don't do it for that reason. This for me is more comfortable. I just like it. So, the Lanzeta, let's just go over it here. This is the Bowler K329. I've started doing the initial paper cut outside. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is the wind never blows until I'm trying to cut paper. And humidity becomes a factor. And I will pick all this shit up. So you can see, man, the knife is just razor sharp. So here's what we're going to do. Let's do our initial sharpness. Now, I've just kept it down in this area here. We'll move up. Do another. We're going to do all our normal stuff, but like I said, in real time. We'll do measurements as well. You see the handle there? I haven't pulled an inner grip yet, but you can see with my hand, it fills the hand. It has that hidden lanyard hole. I believe Alex from Aurora Borealis started that, and then Vic picked it up. I actually like that a lot. It does have a wicked 90-degree spine here. It has some nice jimping here, that ramp. So let's move over. Or up here, we'll cut some more shit and we'll keep it rolling. This might be one of the most difficult tires I've ever stabbed. Now we're getting good penetration, and I am appreciative. I want y'all to see that though. For everybody, you stick it in the tread. That's right there in the tread. This thing is a wicked, wicked stabber. Let's flip it real quick. And again, big shout out to Ben for letting me check it out. Let's see if we can get it. And you can see right there. Now, I'm also leaning over the trunk. I don't think people really take that into consideration. Or maybe they do. Hell, I don't know. The other thing I wanted to cover real quick with that is this. At no time did I have any slip. Mr. Vic kills his G10, man. Let's do this real quick, too. This is that wicked, wicked sandblast hose we talk about. Now, I view this knife, really, truly, honestly, as a catch-all, kind of do-everything knife. But I really think combat utility. I mean, I really do. And I really hope I'm still in frame, because this thing is Wicked sharp, man. And I'm still leaning over the trunk. You say, Scab, what does that got to do? I'll be honest with you, I should have moved to do it. But life just, sometimes we're not always in perfect position, are we? And I like to make these reviews, you know, maybe not realistic real life. Who the hell's going to lean over a trunk and stab? But the point is, you're not always going to be in the perfect position to make cuts. I love everything. I love the look. And again, I think it's more of a combat utility. You can fight with it. You can wood process with it. We're going to do a little bit of everything with it. I believe you could probably skin and cape with it if you have the skill set. Let's move on. All right, guys, let's do this. This is the remnants of one of my tires, and I need to cut me some stabbing material. One of the reasons, thank you, Mr. Stump, that I like using tire tread for stabbing, to be honest with you, is just simply yes, it's a rubber tire, but like this one's reinforced, you can see that, and you're going to a dead stop, right? Like I could just stab the stump and that would be cool. But with this, we can check the penetration because it's about 1/4 to 3/8 inch thick. Let's see if we can here do it this way. And I just like stabbing the tire, to be honest with you. I mean, if we're just going to be real about it. Plus, you know, again, we like to cut as much stuff as we can. And this gives me a base too, guys. It gives me a base to cut, stab, whatever. That was probably the worst explanation in the world, but now y'all know why I narrate this shit. This is one I had cut the shit out of not long ago, so that's why you see it kind of, it'll cut for a minute. I forgot I stabbed it in that direction, but that's all right. All right, let's do some stabbing. All right, guys, we got 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I should probably cut that bottom one in half. Now, think about everything that we've cut in this little bit. Yeah, that's a stabbing machine, but it's made to stab, right? It has that look. So we'll cut this again. We've done a lot of cutting already in this video, and I think sometimes, so we got 6 pieces. I do think sometimes, guys, a lot gets lost. Like, we want to focus on one thing. Well, it didn't stab that tire very good, or if it, well, I do think, as a knife reviewer, sometimes I have to take some responsibility for that and think some of this out. Now, one last stab. That's 7 pieces, guys, about 1/4 inch thick. Some of it's cut, some of it's tore, but that's a damn good stabber. Let's hit it one more time just to make sure. And you can tell too that we're not, you know, coming up here and slinging down. I come to about here and quick punch. Damn good stabber. Good job, Mr. Bick. I'll have to clean that shit up. Let's do our zip tie real quick. Yeah, just like they ain't there. I might not have done the best job throughout this video with how sharp it is, but son, this thing's ridiculous. While we're standing right here real quick, let's just do this while we're on camera. All right, so overall length is 13 3/4, and I'm coming all the way to here, 13 3/4. You have a blade length of 8 1/2. You've got a cutting edge of about 8 5/16 right in there. The handle scales, now when I measure handle scales, I do it just like this. From the top of that handle scale, and it's 5 3/8. I am actually measuring the handle scale, and then I come in like this, because to me, this is one of the more important measurements. It's 4 1/4. This is rounded. You'll hear me talk about this often. If you want to drop down like this, now I don't need to. When you go 4 1/4 or better, it's going to fit most hands. Maybe not all, but most. But if you need to get some leverage, sometimes when I chop, I like to drop down, just depending on how my hand's feeling. This gives you another 1/2 inch, right? So your handle thickness, I'll try to hold it like this, is 7/8. Mr. Vic stays pretty spot on with that 7/8. So our blade stock, this is Bowler K329. It's 1/4 inch here. It's 1/4 inch here, so 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. 3/16. And I'm sorry, as we go and we get better at this, I will get 1/8. So you go quarter, 3/16, 1/8, and the tip. And I might do a little tip testing. If I can't get it in the video today, I'll do some shorts on it. I'm going to review the other one separately. So it goes down to 1/8 and then on down to 1/16. Blade width at its widest point is right at 2 inches. That's going to be from here to here. This little fulcrum point too, when I do chopping with tracker style, I always try to land it right there. I don't know why, but you get some really good chops. So let's kind of get moving with this thing. We're going to use that fulcrum. Finish it off. Boop. All right, so you can see it's not cut. So again, I'll use the fulcrum. You can hear it ripping, cutting. Look how clean that is. Come in. All right, let's use the point on this one. Beep. Again, see how clean that is? I believe that little fulcrum point got it cleaner than that, but still super sharp. Let's see here. Y'all let me know too if you enjoy the narration or this style. I know this style I can drag on a little bit, and I try not to, but this is a knife I really want to talk about in the moment. And I'm telling you, it's stupid sharp. Sometimes, man, you'll get a knife so sharp with this particular test. Now, when I worked underground utility locates, we stripped a lot of wire. Now, I wouldn't strip it to this extreme, right? Or you weren't supposed to. But you needed a knife that could do it. Mr. Vic makes knives sometimes so sharp that you literally have to be careful because you'll go straight through it. Like if I push hard, I could do some damage. I'd have got fired for that. Let's see, this is the 1-inch 4-ply. I know we've cut it once. Once you break that 4-ply, just like that, yeah, it goes. And not as much of an accordion style cut, but it did cut it. Just like that. Let's do it again. And what I'm doing is I'm just sawing with that back part. Now this stuff will play havoc on your blade too. But you can see there. Let's see. There we go. It's like it takes a second once you breach it, and edge geometry in it, as much as I hate that. Let me tell you why I hate that. It's not that I hate geometry. That is a definite factor in cutting. It really is. But so is heat treat, so is all the other. It's just people, you know, guys get on here sometimes like a bunch of smug pricks. Nobody cares. Does it cut? Yeah, it cuts. We all know why it cuts. You don't have to beat it to death or, well, I'll tell you what Larry said. Old Larry. Everybody go to Larry. Smart dude right there. I'd like to see him cut something, but he's a smart son of a bitch. Now somebody will tell you, you think Larry don't do what he's talking about. No, I do think he does. He talks about it all over the damn internet. I'm just saying I'd like to see him cut something. All right, let's keep moving. Now that I've managed to offend Larry fans. Who names their kid Larry anyway? I'll tell you what, Martha. Larry would be a good name. All right, let's move on. Dead nuts. I'll tell you the other thing about doing the videos this way is sometimes I forget that I'm doing it in the moment. But I'm sure you guys prefer a little quiet time. I'm kind of glad this one's longer. I don't typically make fun of people's name on camera, you know, or I edit it out, but I'm just not going to on this one. So we're doing the Donnie B all day throw test. We're going to throw it at the stump. Boom. We did the drop test. Now here's what that does. Is it scientific? No, don't be stupid. But what it does do is it puts pressure on the tip. We check the edge, see if there's any rolling. When we're slinging it, we'll see if the handle scales loosen up. And it's just fun to do. Unless you're Steins, who manages to hit himself in the face with it, or in the neck. All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Here's what I'm going to do too. That's just some white pine. There's nothing real impressive about that. I hope y'all can see that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit it like this. Bring it up. We use this piece of red oak. We're in a knot. I thought we were in a knot. Yeah, there's a knot right there. You can always tell on pine when it stops like that. Plus, a lot of the pine, soft as it can be, yeah, no doubt. And that's why I tell y'all, if a knife chips or rolls on my channel, that's a problem, right? Because we're using softer woods and that kind of thing. Some of that's on purpose and some of that's just what I have. Now, this is a piece of red oak. Let's see here. And if there's anything I miss on this one, I'll do on the SK85 version. And then I might do a head-to-head because I am digging this style a lot. And one of the beautiful things, like, now I'm going to put it right there on that fulcrum. Now, people say, oh, Skev, it's too small for firewood, and you're right. Nothing gets past y'all. It's great for tinder and kindling. Plus, I use that 5-gallon bucket. That was smart as hell. I'm right-handed, severely right-hand dominant, if you can't tell. So let's see here. That wasn't very impressive. It's hell getting old. Hey, shout out again, man, to WC Review. Will's a good guy. He doesn't do a lot of fixed blades. He'll do some. And I've got, once I kind of get back in the groove of shit, I'm going to send him some. But he does a good job on pocket knives, some higher end stuff. Check him out, man. WC Review. Check out my boy Joey at the Steel Mindset. Had an awesome live last night with Luke from Calculated Survival. I'll be putting some shorts out of that coming up. Please check that out. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 bets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place. They really are. That's why here on my channel I focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Bets, we love you. You have a place here. I back the blue. It's not popular in this day and age, and sometimes, I'll be honest with you, they make it pretty damn hard to do so. I believe in accountability. Now, my kid's a cop, okay? But I backed the blue before that. And here's the thing, I'm not some blind follower, or people go, oh, you bootlicker. Don't say that shit to my face, I promise you, because they'd be coming to get me again. I have my reasons, right? And I don't shove them down your throat. It's just something I believe in. And I told y'all, I started the back the blue thing on here to support some buddies who are good guys. Finally, if you're an addict, and Lord knows I am, and y'all can tell about half the time, never quit quitting. Well, guys, I love you. I'm going to do a paper cut, but I probably won't say much. Darren, it will make it quick. I like the knife, but I'm a huge Work Tough Gear fan. Y'all know that going in. So when you watch these videos, just, you know, you've always got to tell yourself, hey, Scab's a fanboy. Now, that's because I've got probably over 600 videos with Work Tough Gear. That's including shorts and long form. So I've done a lot with their stuff. That's why when people are like, well, you should check out so-and-so's video. Why? They ain't done nowhere near what I have with them. And as arrogant as that may sound, and it is, it's also very true, right? There's going to be knives that fail. If you put out a bunch of knives, one's going to fail here and there. It's going to happen. Joe X is going to break a knife. I don't know why y'all stay stunned over that. That's literally what he built his channel around. Break a knife. Love Joe. Part of his Patreon. But the truth is, nobody, not their designers, nobody has done more videos with them than me. Does that make me the final word? Nope. It just means when I tell you something about the son of a bitch, it's from experience. Listen to this part though. I'm Scab. You're not. I love y'all. God knows I do. Time to wrap it up.